Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about transit Venus, sextile, or trine one's natal midheaven. Now, when you have this transit, it may manifest in love, enjoyment, relationships, money, and values could be in harmony with your career. Elaborate and expound on it. This is like it's a good relationship between Venus and the midheaven, and it's a time where you may find more peace in your career at this time and with authority figures. It might be, I mean, if you have your natal midheaven, say it's in Aquarius, it might be, you may have some career in astronomy or astrology or computers, electronics, innovation, meteorology. It's a time where you may value this more so than usual. Now, it's interesting because Venus is about money, and midheaven is the career. I mean, most people are making money continually in a career. I mean, unless there's some business that's just gone dead for a few days or something, and you haven't made any money. Almost everybody makes money, consistently in whether it's their business, it's a career, it's employment. But when you have this transit, I believe it could indicate it might be a little more money you might get than what you ordinarily get. There would be less likelihood of any kind of delay in receiving it if you're getting a check during this transit. There's not, there's less likelihood of being shortchanged. Uh, it can be a time too when you have this transit. It's also about being really valuing, your responsibilities and having more enjoyment in taking care of them. Even if, let's say, if you have your, natal midheaven in Scorpio, and there's responsibilities connected. It could be with insurance or wills or taxes. Um, Maybe you're filing a wrongful death suit, something, or you have to make some major change or transformation, a crisis situation that has to be dealt with. This could be a time where you may actually have a little more enjoyment in just taking care of this, because you may be taking pride in these things. The things I describe mainly, that wouldn't be they wouldn't be too enjoyable. It wouldn't be something you'd be enamored with doing, but it could be something where you can value your ability to take care of those things more. And it may also be a time to where your relationships may be more compatible with whatever it is you're doing for a living, your responsibilities that you're taking care of, anything that is career related, and it could end responsibilities as well. And it's also a time to say as well, I mean, Venus is connected again with our relationships, whether it would be a significant other or it could be important friendships. And these people might be more compatible at this time with the dominant parent, which is often the father, but it's also a time where it's easier to express sentiments and feelings toward this person at this time more so than usual, and having more peace and tranquility in that connection. If you have your natal midheaven in Leo, say, the person, the dominant parent may be, which is often the father, may be a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant, or may simply embody those characteristics. It might be somebody that might be very magnanimous and generous and have fortitude and pride, but may also be domineering or overbearing or even arrogant. But this could be a time though where you could have more peace and a better connection with this person, more so than usual. And it's also a time, and that would apply as well for authority figures and older people. If you're in a position at your job, say you're in a subordinate or subservient role, and you do have like a supervisor, a superior, or superiors that you have to answer to, this is the time where likely the connection can be more peaceful at this time, more so than usual. And it could be a time to maybe even socialize these people a little bit more, and you might be able to get to know him or her a little bit better, or these people in general a little bit better, more so than you ordinarily would at this time. And it's a time to this transit takes place is that it's a good time for valuing the reputation and public image. And it's a time when you have, when this is taking place, you may feel more at peace with what you are, what your reputation is at this time. And even if something may have happened, some time ago, whatever it may have been, whether it was some slanderous lie that might have adversely affected your public image and reputation, or what have you, or something may have happened that might have negatively, something else that may have happened that negatively impacted your reputation or public image. It's a time you could be more at peace with that and try to be able to let it go more and move forward, not worry so much about that, and that the past is the past, and that you got to focus right now on just being more at harmony, just in peace with yourself at this time. Venus is also about our self-worth, our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves. So it's also a time where your self-worth at this time could be such where it helps benefit how your reputation is, what you're able to do to have a better reputation at this time and public image. And it could benefit at having good positive self-worth in yourself. It could actually be very positive in that. And it's a time where you have, when this transit does take place, keep in mind that I would say too that your relationships, again, whether it's a significant other or important friendships, that they're more in agreement, with where you are in terms of your stature in life, your social status, even if it is not exactly prodigious, or you're at a very high level in terms of how you stack up with other people. And it's a time where where people that you have, and again, the people that are important friendships or significant other, these people may be beneficial to that at this time. Maybe somebody is able to give you some opportunity to improve your social status and stature in life at this time. And it's also a time too where it could be about valuing, just gaining, maybe attaining authority at this time, having enough self-worth, where if you've been debating whether you want to have like a management position, you want to move up the ladder at your current place of business, this could be the time where it could be positive for doing so. And if you've been kind of like on the cusp or cutting edge, you feel, of actually elevating your status at your place of business, this is the time where greater self-worth may be able to pay dividends, and that you're worth actually moving up that ladder, especially if you believe you've had the credentials to do so for some time and you've been hesitating or procrastinating on it. And it's also a time too where it could be auspicious for gaining notoriety and recognition. If you have say your midheaven is in Sagittarius, it could be something for publishing or advertising or something sports related. It could be something connected with exploration, to name some examples. And your the midheaven is also about one's success, and this is about really, again, going back to the fact that Venus is connected with our self-worth, our self-esteem, how we feel about ourselves. This could be in harmony with you trying to be more successful, feeling better about yourself. Again, it can play dividends in doing so, and just being more successful in general, and being able to accomplish things as well. So anyway. Well, another way this transit may manifest, it could be that relationships, which is Venus, could be in harmony with your responsibilities, which is the midheaven. Let's say, for example, if your natal midheaven is in the zodiac sign Cancer, it could be those responsibilities may include caregiving, it could be home renovation, remodeling, something associated with history or laundry or plumbing, as some examples. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, also too, this could be a time too where you could be very auspicious to receive money, which is Venus, for the career, which is the midheaven. Now, as I stated before about when you have a career, most cases you are getting paid consistently, whatever, regardless whatever it is you're doing. But it could be an opportunity to get a little bit more money than what you ordinarily were getting, or less likelihood for a delay in payment, as some examples. And it may be a time. I mean, so as an example, if your career, sorry, if your midheaven is in Taurus, it could be doing some work as a pawnbroker or a stockbroker, or something with art, banking, or geology as an example, as far as a career position goes. And it may also be a time where it's positive for peaceful, which is Venus interaction with the dominant parent, which is often the father, and that's the midheaven. Let's say if the natal midheaven is an Aquarius, it could be somebody that has an Aquarius sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply embodies those traits. Another thing too is that it could be easier to love and enjoy, which is Venus. That side that's difficult to suppress, which is the midheaven. If the natal midheaven is in Gemini, for example, it could be a very versatile, articulate, vivacious side that you may have difficulty in suppressing or holding back. Now, the midheaven, another way this transit may be expressed, it could be propitious for artistic expression, which is Venus. It could be with older people, which is the midheaven. Now, let's say, for example, if the natal Venus is in Sagittarius, transit Venus in Sag, it could be doing some artwork associated with sports, the outdoors, or horses, as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.